Evening, everyone. It's 5:35, and this is your closing comment for Monday afternoon, February the 8th, and it's video number 628. And we'd really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button and even the like button. Okay, so the market was strongly higher yet again today, sixth or seventh day up in a row with everything at new record highs, except, of course, the Dow Jones Transports. So the Dow was up 237.52 or 0.75%. NASDAQ up 131 and change, up 0.95. The S&P also up 0.75%, up 28.76. And the Russell, the leader, clearly, with them up 56.43 or just over 2.5%. And trailing the pack was the Dow Jones Transports up 86.14 or 0.68%. Market internals were strong. 2.8 to 1 on the NYSE, 3.2 to 1 on NASDAQ. Volume was higher all around. On the Dow, we had 24 up and 6 down, with Disney leading the way, adding 58 Dow points, 4.5%, followed by Goldman Sachs up 43 Dow points. Most of this came on the heels of Janet Yellen making the statement that we would reach full employment in 2022 as long as stimulus continues to be pumped into the market. I'm going to remind everyone, it's wonderful that she says that, but it has no bearing in reality as far as the ability to make these kind of forecasts. Let's remember that she was also a member of the Fed, who also has an absolutely horrendous record on all of their projections. All that said, as I said, the market was substantially higher again today, and it was led initially this morning on the good news from Elon Musk that he had put $1.5 billion of his excess capital into Bitcoin. I don't know about you, but the fact of the matter is that's a ludicrous move. I understand that it's very exciting today. I understand that companies like MicroStrategy, which was up 30% today because they too have a big piece of their liquidity and corporate equity in Bitcoin. But is that really where you want to see companies putting their money in something that, just today had a move of 18%. It goes in both directions, folks, and it won't be pleasant if it turns back down. And historically, this has had 30 to 50% pullbacks all the time. It's even had 90% pullbacks. So the chart on the screen, though, is Bitcoin, and as you can see, it was actually this morning when I did the video, we were up just around under here, around just under 40,000. And with that news that came out right as the market was opening, we just exploded higher. My problem with this is that it's anecdotal evidence that people have, abandoned reasonability. But, that's just a 70-year-old who has seen bear markets, unlike most people today, and know how devastating they can be. Okay, so commodities across the board were higher. As you can see, in Bitcoin, it's pretty obvious, but I want to show you a couple of others just so that you understand that it's really bullshit when they tell you there's no inflation. The price of corn up $15 a bushel today. Actually 15 cents a bushel today, but you're only talking about a $5.60 commodity. And as you can see in Since August of last year, it has gone from $3.40 to $5.65. If you don't think that that's inflationary, you obviously don't have to look in your wallet before you spend money. Wheat, same thing, up 14 and a half cents a bushel at, again, in the $6 area, up 2.25%. Same starting period, we'll just call it $5 a bushel and 6.55 on a pullback from almost $7. So we're talking about 38% in the last 10 months. Some of the others are not as extensive as this, but oil back to $58. That's getting a little on the excessive side, but hey, everybody's sure that we're going to have this great reopening. Meat, cattle, for those of you who don't eat Beyond Meat. Also, same period of time last year, we start a little higher at $110 a pound, and we're at $124 a pound. So, not as exceptional as corn or wheat, but nonetheless much higher. So that's just a brief rundown on what it's going to cost you to buy bread and milk and sugar. So, anecdotal evidence. Okay, so we had airlines up across the board, same with hotels. This is all about the reopening trade. And, again, not to be Debbie Downer, but these airlines are giving people notices that they're going to be laid off if the government doesn't pony up even more money. They have still not right-sized. So while things may pick up, you still have bloated employment contracts with unions for their workers. Okay, Exxon upgraded today at BNP, Banque Nationale de Paris. Closed 52.09, up $2.14. Tesla up $11 and change on the Bitcoin news. Other Bitcoin-related deals are NVIDIA, who makes chips for the mining of Bitcoin. PayPal, who now accepts, and you can literally go to PayPal and speculate on Bitcoin, buying it. Costs you about a point and a half or so. But 3% round trip really doesn't mean a whole lot when it goes up 17% in a day. And the aforementioned MicroStrategy, MSTR, 1,041 up 235 today, or 29.2%. Target got an upgrade from Stifel today with a price target of 225, and it closed 193.95, up 509. That one I actually kind of like. But again, what I don't like is $3 stocks that are up 200% on the day, things nobody's ever heard of. And of course, I don't know how much more mileage Johnson & Johnson can get, or Dr. Gottlieb can give it, talking about the fact that they're going to be approved for emergency use. We heard it last week. We heard it the week before. And we heard it the week before that. So, that's just me. I'm a little more conservative than most. Tomorrow we have the small business optimism number, and we also have the JOLTS. Those are job openings that need to be filled. So that's pretty much where we are. And all I can tell you is you're going to need to be careful out there. This is that kind of market, and the biggest losers list is littered with companies that were on the biggest winners list last week. So, you know, Doofus Dave Portnoy may tell you that stocks don't ever go down, but they do. Have a good evening. I'll be back in the morning.